I just don't think there's anybody better.
Yo?
Really? You got it. You got it. Hey, thank you.
Jax, thank you so
Look at
much.
us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Look at us.
Thank you, Jax. Oh my god, who is it? Spy Kids? Who's the mom in Spy Kids? Is it the mom? Is it the mother in Spy Kids? Like, I have the fucking biggest crush on her. Well, spiders are not here yet, Jax. I mean, you could I guess preemptively hide. Oh wait, was that the lock? I think that was a lock over there. Oh shit. Oh yes, Carla oh my god, bro. That woman could do whatever she wants to me, man. She was in that new show. That new show about Edgar Allan Poe. God, fuck, what was the name of that show? Such a good show too, man. Yes, House of Usher. Yo, if you have not seen House of Usher, watch House of Usher. It's a fucking banger. But man, Carla Gugino, bro, or Gugino, whatever. Oh my god, man. You know, and you know what's crazy? For the longest time, I thought that Carla was Selena Gomez's mother, because to me, they look so much alike. But it turns out that they're not related at all. Okay, so I shot this. So I gotta go around this way, and then this way, and this way.
This could come in handy.
This could come in handy. That's one. Alright, so I climb this, I turn 180, shoot the next one. I just turned 180, there's no other. Oh, is it this? God damn it, Crow. Wow, that wasn't it? What the hell? Which coin do I need? After sliding down the rope. Oh, you being nasty at what time is it right now? At 11:50. Oh, you being nasty. You're sending devious text messages right now. Mm-mm-mm. Wait, what am I supposed to do, bro?
I hope I don't bring this thing down on top of me.
After you slide down the rope, head towards the torch. I'm here to catch field. After squeezing across the crates, head right, find the hanging body. Ah, there's the body. Wow, I'm still missing one. I feel like in the big open field where you fought some enemies, there's a hidden path left of the scarecrow leading to a glowing crate. Please tell me that's it, because it's a hidden path. I believe in
More
miracles.
footprints. They lead to that church over there.
Where you from, you sexy thing? Oh shit, there's two of them?
And now you die.
Oh shit. No way he dodged that, bro. Fuck you, man. I hate that he could just dodge that like that. Okay, it's to the left of the...
I'm almost there. Okay.
98 bucks. That still wasn't it. Motherfucker. Continue until you get to a fork. Left is the church. Right is a secret path leading to the cache. It should be no more, so for one last time. Hey, Rap G, rapping his prime. So I continue. Left is the church. Right is a secret path. Grand opening, grand closing. And grand open again. I don't have any Linkin Park in this playlist because as much as I love Linkin Park, hearing it makes it like hearing Linkin Park makes me sad.
Did he suddenly get some religion?
We got an all-time high. Fuck. Okay, that's not it. Left of the church entrance and some crates. I got that. Inside the church by the hole in the ground. Let's get sore. He killing all y'all job turkeys.
Let's say I trust you, Edgar.
After climbing down the hole in the church, burn the cobweb and burn the first cobweb on the right. Jax, spiders incoming, I believe. Maybe. Yeah. Rat Queen was good. What's questions? You has questions. Hopefully I has answers. Burn the cobweb and then burn the first cobweb on the right.
Ashen
Yo,
blood.
Jake, what's up? Yo, this bro, if you gave Van Helsing the powers of fucking Kratos, yes. This game, yo, one speed. I will just call you Jake, but Jake, if you want a nice, fun, quick platinum, this platinum will probably only take you like 25 hours. There is a difficulty setting, like you have to play it on evil difficulty, but you could I guess like if you jump in, like if you just jump straight in on the hardest difficulty, you'll unlock like 5 trophies. Actually, maybe 10 of them. I'm just doing collectibles now. Oh shit.
Ashen blood.
Squeeze through the crevice, ayo. And then burn the cobweb on the right. Okay. So I gotta squeeze through that crevice.
That's tight.
Bro, this is literally Wild West. There we go. I could speak. Meets
Edgar.
God of War.
Navigational abilities.
Right, cobweb on the right. Like, I don't know how long you've been lurking or whatnot, but you'll see some of the gameplay when I mean by God of War. First of all, you're carrying like 17 different weapons, from a crossbow to a shotgun to to a marksman rifle to grenades to you're just fucking
Ancient gates.
you're just stacked with weapons. Continue along the tunnels until you're back outside and climb up the ledge immediately to your left for some cash. Okay, so this ledge. I'm about to fight a boss right now, so you'll see what I mean.
Cash.
Chest, 1 of 1 hidden. Adrenaline junkie perk. Move the platforms in the drain area to reach it. Wait, so did I get it? What? So then is this the last one? Move the platforms in the drained area to get it. Wait, where am I moving these platforms?
Water level's going down. Edgar? Jesse? Open the gates! I'm stuck.
There's a chest over there.
Find a way! Move those damn blocks! Whatever you gotta do.
Who did that? Who pooted? How do I can't jump down? Hello? Oh, stairs. Stairs help. Okay. So I've got to pull. I guess we're gonna push. Hello?
Just a little.
Oh, there we go. And now I need to move. Oh wait, there's no track that way. That's why I couldn't move it. Okay. Actually, shit.
God, it's heavy.
Oh, actually. No, go back.
This way. Do it! Just
What I'm trying to do. Why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? No, I fucked up. I gotta start from here.
This way. God, it's heavy. This way. Just a little more.
Wait, you want to eat whose ass more? Wait, whose ass are we eating? Oh, why am I getting bonked?
Just
Oh my god, I wanted to let go of it. There we go. Alright, I hate this little puzzle right now, but I figured it out.
just
Oh,
move.
something there to remind me. Why wouldn't that?
God, it's heavy.
Here we go. Let go.
Just a little more. Should work now.
Is this your first time? Is this your first time playing MS? Snake Eater? Oh my god, I can't wait for Delta to come out, bro. When Delta comes out, I'm about to. When Delta comes out, bro, the amount of masturbating I'm going to do is incredible. Okay, I fucked up again. All right. Oh my god, Jake, you're a fucking real friend, bro. Yo, did we get a shout out for One Speed? I don't know if we got a shout out for One Speed. Yo, Jake, that platinum trophies chat, man. That chat is bumping, bro.
Just move.
This is what you want. I'll do anything.
No, I just said shout out.
There we go.
Thank you, Ray, for the biddies. And thank you for shouting out One Speed. Damn.
This way. God, it's heavy. Just a little more. Should work now.
What am I missing, bro? How am I missing? I don't understand how I missed that, but that makes me highly upset.
Edgar? Jess, behind you! Oh, that was painful.
Oh shit!
Finish him!
Ooh, Dante's Inferno. That's a game I've yet to touch. I haven't played Dante's Inferno either, but I heard it's good.
Can tell.
How are you liking it?
Found the plan. The locals call it La Orchid de la Vida or something foreign like that. We get this back to Calico, squeeze it out, and maybe we have ourselves a way to turn this around.
You played it, Crow? How do you like it?
Getting your ass out of the fire has kind of become a habit.
Edgar, you can't keep doing this forever.
When those ticks attacked the manor, what did your father do? Run? Nah. He kept on squeezing the trigger. That's what he did. People like us don't retire, Jesse. Even if you're lucky enough to live long enough, you'll soon realize there's nothing waiting for you. There is no normal for people like me or your father. And I was naive to think there might be some normal for you. Anyway, now that just about everyone else in the Institute is dead, I figure you and your daddy are gonna need all the help you can get to build things back up again.
Well, first you give me those pretty flowers, Then you get all emotional on me. Edgar, you ain't gonna try to kiss me now, are you?
You little shit. God damn it. Harrow's here.
You backstabbing witch! You ratted us out!
Dr. Blackwell. I know we've had our differences, but this...
For your information, I had nothing to do with Mr. Harrow's sudden appearance on our doorstep. But thank you for confirming how little faith you have in me. Now, I don't presume to know how things work for you, gentlemen. But I can assure you that Calico
It was great, kind of Devil May Cry in its combat, but cool scenery and shit. Oh, I love that. That's another game I want to play, DMC 5. But I hear that DMC 5 is a very hard platinum. Which that never discouraged me from platinums, but I don't know if I want to play a game that I'm already playing a Crash Bandicoot 4. You know what I'm saying? I am really upset that I didn't get all the cash for this. I definitely got this one. Did I get the one in the torture chamber? Saloon. Downstairs inside the torture chamber.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Ritchie.
Is it this one?
I'll take that.
Oh, that was it. Oh, that was it. Yes, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, so now I need 3 cash for this. Oh, in case you guys, I mean, because I'm pretty much hiding behind, like I'm hiding it, but here I could actually hide myself. So as you can see, like each each level, they have if you look right here behind me, they have collectibles. So I got to get all the collectibles. I kind of fucked up and I missed this one from this level. You can see over here, it's like 18 of 19 in the cash. So I got to go back for that. But we're working our way. I got to get 3 more for this one. That's where we're at right now. And the good thing about it is that it auto saves. So like, I don't even have to play the rest of this level. I could just go to the one that I was currently at right now. So that's a good thing about this game. Because you see, if you go back here now, the 34 out of 34 is still saved. So GG's with that game. All right, now I gotta... Where oil tastes like blood. All right, cache number 1. Head inside the kitchen and you should see a glowing crate by the waiter cleaning the grass. All right, right here.
I'm taking it.
That was one of them. Okay, 27 to 29. Get to the headquarters and you can find this right at Virgil's contraption. All right. So we're going to the headquarters. Oh yeah, I'm almost done with this. I already beat my first playthrough was on evil difficulty, so I already did. I did all the hard trophies. It's a matter of collectibles now.
Mr. Gravener's looking for you, sir. He's in the basement with your father.
Okay, Virgil's thing. That was not it. All right. By the door leading into Virgil's workshop on a barrel. Oh, right here, barrel. I feel like I would have missed that in the first playthrough. Nope, I got that one already. I've got all the lore, so I don't need lore. And then the rest is outside. Okay.
Come on, William.
How are you feeling?
Like someone's squeezing my brain. There's some thoughts in here that aren't mine. Oh, I see her, Jesse. Oh, no! You must stop her before... Wait. I see a sign. Dickinson! She's in Dickinson! Holy shit! That was her! They're linked.
I need to get to Dickinson. Tough old bastard, he's turning it around on her.
It's gonna be a hard sell to Harrow.
Gotta try. You keep an eye on him. And keep your hands off that switch.
Okay.
Sir, Mr. Harrow is waiting in the briefing room.
Did you really think it was smart to keep the money guy in the dark?
I assure you, Miss...
Assistant Secretary Harrow, sir.
Agent Rentier. Dr. Blackwell brought me up to speed on your father.
Sir,
I know. It couldn't have been easy.
Damn, that homemade pambasolio looks so fucking good.
Please accept my condolences on behalf of a grieving.
Yeah.
And try not to wallow in grief. It only leads to blunder.
Hey, yo, Devin's putting more stuff. Oh my God, Devins.
Aside from the news of your father's tragic demise, I've also briefed the Assistant Secretary on the successful destruction of Felicity's leech factory in McCallum Sawmill.
That and a penny will buy me a cup of warm piss, Doctor. No one is safe while that crazy she-beast and her army of freaks are on the loose. And do you have any idea where she is? No.
Actually, I do, sir. We have intel that she's currently in Dickinson.
What intel?
Can't say, but it's 100% solid.
Great. You can head for Dickinson after you get back from Kingston.
Kingston?
There's a case containing some very sensitive information there that I need picked up.
But sir, the Dickinson lead. There's at least 3 interstate railroads there. It might be a part of Felicity's transport.
Very well. You there. What's your name?
Only? Virgil? Only?
Do you know your way to Kingston, only Virgil?
With all due respect, Mr. Assistant Secretary, Virgil is our top engineer. He is not fit for field action.
I don't give a watery shit about his curriculum fucking vitae, Doctor. I'm funding this circus of yours, and I want those papers back now.
I'll get them for you. What do I need to know?
Which song? The song that, not this one, the one that we listened before. I did not.
We recently got our hands on a partial list of companies tied to the Andalusia Financial Services Group, like McCallum's Mill and the Kingston oil fields. Debano indeed. He and his maniacal brat are up to their assholes in illegal acquisitions, and the government intends to seize their not insubstantial portfolio.
Oh wait, loose balloons. Okay, I thought you were talking about this one. I was like, oh yeah.
I even sent in.
I know. Yeah, 99 red balloons. Yeah, it's a very dark song.
But the place was guarded. That's where you come in.
So what exactly am I looking for?
Based on the final telegram from my forensic accountant, Andalusia's portfolio of holdings is stashed in a briefcase, presumably still.
Yo, I can't stop looking at my tattoo, man. I love how it came out.
On the far side of the lake.
I still don't get why it's more urgent than looking for Felicity and Dickinson.
Wars cost money, Rentier. And unless you've forgotten the incident at your former headquarters, we are at war. This could very well turn the tides in our favor.
Let's get this over with.
Okay. You have enough bucks to buy an upgrade, AO? Damn, I got 7,000. Oh no, I gotta wait. All right. So, oh my God, yo, Jake, this is my new ink right here. Hold up. I don't know if I could. I gotta see where I'm at. So it's a Vegeta manga panel. And then I got a Majin Buu manga panel. So I did them both. And then I'm gonna get Majin Vegeta over here. Bro, yo, the detail is like, man, like this doesn't do it justice. I'm waiting for it to completely heal. But like, dude, from the bruising and everything, his shading is amazing, man. This one still looks good too, but with this one, I don't know if you noticed it, but with this one, you could actually see some of my IRL scars. So it kind of fits with this Majin Buu thing, because Buu was kind of hurt here, but like these are some of my IRL scars. But yeah, love it, man. I almost got another one yesterday, but I chose to be sensible. Wait, what are you talking about? A tattoo? Oh, I already have my appointment set up in like 2 more weeks. In 2 weeks, I'm getting Majin Vegeta here, and then I'm getting Frieza, Cell, and Android 17 and 18. So I'm gonna have my whole manga panel sleeve of all the villains on this side.
You alright, folks? I need to find the office.
You crazy?
The whole area's been totally overrun by bloodthirsty freaks.
The National Guard's fighting back, but there's too many of those monsters.
If they don't get some help soon, we're all goddamn doomed.
All right. After this chapter, we're gonna switch over to some Fortnite because I want to play games with my friends. Money. Oh, was that one of them? Oh yes, 28. So we need one more. 28 out of 29. We need one more. Oh, I hope like this one is in the like the three that I need. Well, I mean, the one that I need now is in the beginning of the level, not towards the end. Let me look before I miss it. So I got that one. Continue down the main path. You'll eventually find the glowing crate by a broken telegraph post. All right. Oh, the guy's name is Teddy Swims. Oh, hold on. All right, so this is the main path one. All right, so we got that. I definitely got that in my first playthrough. There's no... If I missed that, that would have been sad. Let me just double check. Oh, I got it. Swing to the other side and you'll find this one crate in front of you. Okay. Yes, swing. Continue on and blow up the dynamite to reveal access point going down. Drop down. Look to your right for a chest. Drop down. Look to my right. Chest. Oh, you guys got rickrolled. Hello? Lurking in the shadows. Why am I stuck? Oh, restart mission.
We recently got our hands on a part.
Let's get this over with.
You alright, folks? I need to find the office.
You crazy? The whole area's been totally overrun by bloodthirsty freaks.
The National Guard's fighting back, but there's too many of those monsters.
You thought you re-entered for a sec?
If they don't get some help soon, we're all goddamn doomed.
Let's go. More money.
Yeah, how would you guys feel? How would you guys feel as an artist, right? Or I should say, like, you know, a singer, an artist. How would you feel if, like, you put out a song, right? And you legit put your all into the song. You put a significant amount of effort into the song.
I'll take that.
And it ends up being a meme song. So rather not a song that's been taken seriously, but a song used for memes. How would you feel about it? Like, granted, your song is getting played all over the place because it's memes, but at the same time, like, it's a song that no one takes serious.
Quite a find.
Would you guys feel a way about that? After fighting a large enemy spawning cobwebs, crouch down. I remember people legitimately loving. Oh well, I mean, I honestly don't, but not because, like, I don't I didn't listen to that song back then. You know what I mean? Hey yo, Tatsuya, what's up? Hey, what do I gotta do? After fighting a large enemy spawning cobwebs. By the way, Rat Queen, how we feeling, man? Throw a number up. You don't gotta go into details. Just let me know if you know. The number will let me know if you're feeling better from before or not. Yo, good night, Sailor. Love you, Queen. Look forward to seeing you.
I'm taking it.
Now swing across, you can find this one barrel immediately to the right. Okay.
Money.
Now cross the gap, punch down the barricade, continue up the rocks, find the chest.
Hey, you! Can you help us out? The National Guard flooded the fields, but my friends were stuck on the other side.
Now cross the left gap. Okay. And the oil along the beams. Oh shit. Wait, how do I get there? I've gotten that chest before. So that can't be it. Oh, this game is very dope, Tatsuya. How you feeling, by the way, Tatsuya?
Thank you, stranger. We thought we were goners. Is there some way we can repay you?
Yeah, you can point me towards the oil company office.
Oh, it's on the other side of the
Twitch
lake.
is showing me the IRL Creator Club. Maybe they're trying to push them. They're highlighting them or something.
And you'll open the sluice gates.
Let's drain this sucker.
Don't interact with the counterweight. Keep going.
Oh, that pathway runs on electricity. Need to find a generator. Good. Need to get to that other one now.
I hope you make it, sir.
You sure it's safe for us to leave now?
There. Fixed it.
Where's that switch?
Loaded. All right now. More money. What do you know? It worked. Water's going down.
Thank you for letting us out, sir.
All right, so continue down to the mission marker.
We thought that was it for us.
art and just chatting. Yeah, I could see how art and just chatting is part of IRL. I'm assuming they consider IRL streaming whatever doesn't involve gaming. You get what I mean? So if you're not playing a game or it's not focused on a game, then I could see how it's an IRL stream.
Jesus, poor bastards put themselves far on Aaron's orders. Time to get that briefcase and go.
Oh, I don't remember doing that. That's still 29. Damn, I just need one more. I get to play Fortnite.
Road clear. Finders keepers.
Yeah, I'm trying to play Fortnite. I know Honey Spider is waiting for me. Thank you, Ray.
Is that it?
Hey! Who's there?
Still 28 out of 29. Damn it, I'm the only one.
Worked like a charm.
Thanks for letting us out. The office, where is it? I need the man in charge. There's no way to get there from here.
Unless you use the zip line from the top of that tower, but that'd be crazy.
Please, you gotta help my buddies. Once you get on the other side, just follow the pipes. It's a kind of maze, but just keep going.
Christ, we thought we were done for.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Stay calm! Wait. Everybody just calm down!
Yo, we got new friends. Yo, Thumper Bones, what's up, man? Welcome on in.
We outside!
Siren Head Resurrection. Ooh, what kind of game is that? Horror content creator and enthusiast.
Welcome to fucking.
Courtesy of Phoebius and oh, you know Fox. Well, Tatsuya's in here too. Tatsuya, show yourself, please. Welcome on in, man. Horror content creator and enthusiast. Ooh, if I may, I don't know if you know Saravium, but Saravium is also another horror content creator of mine. Good friend of mine. It's actually her birthday today too, so you know, shout out to Saravium. Amara Red Fox, welcome on in. What's up, Queen? How we doing? Yo, Thumper, man. What games do you play? I mean, I know horror games, but like, what games have you been playing, man? Kava Jewel, welcome on in. Thank you so much, guys. How's everybody doing? I'm sorry. Right now, I am playing Evil West. If you guys do not know what Evil West is, just imagine God of War, but in a very wild, wild West setting. And you got Evil West. We are cleaning up trophies. I only have like 4 trophies left to get the platinum to this game, so that's what we're doing right now. But shortly after, I will be jumping into some Fortnite to play with some of my moderators and community members. Just finished. Oh!
Holy shit! Look at all that meat!
Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yo, I'm gonna get back to it, but I was planning on going on a whole trip of really fucked up games. So we started playing Night in the Woods, which is a messed up game. After Night in the Woods, I was gonna jump into Little Misfortune, and then after Little Misfortune, where is she? I had Frambo downloaded too, man. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding you not, bro. I had Frambo right here. I've got Frambo downloaded. So like, I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole as well. But you play mostly indie horror games. Oh, that's what's up. So you don't play any like AAA titles. You don't play like RE and stuff like that. RE, Silent Hill. I don't know if you would consider, would Alan Wake be a AAA title? I just, only because it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Alan Wake, games like that. But yeah, man, I'm excited to jump into this Frambo game. I love the art style. But yeah. Silent Hill is my jam. Tatted on my arm. Wait, what exactly do you got tatted from Silent Hill? I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, so as you can see, Dragon Ball tatted on me. I even got a tattoo over here too. Not so much an RE guy because I love psychological horror. Yo, but you should at least play you should at least try RE7. Yeah, you should at least try RE7. A pyramid head helmet on the Halo. Oh, I love that. That's a baller tattoo, man. Yo, you should at least give RE7 a try. I think you would like that if you like psychological horrors. And speaking about horror games, have you tried Crow's Country? Right? Is that what it's called? Crow's Country? Yeah, Crow Country. Have you tried Crow Country? A lot of puzzles in that game, but it's a very fun game, man. Very, very fun game. It gives me very OG Silent Hill, OG Resident Evil vibes, too. I don't know if you ever played it. You should definitely check it out. Yo, and you know what? That was one of the dumbest decisions they made. But you know why they made that decision, Thumper? Because people were complaining that 7 was too scary, which in my head doesn't make sense, because it's like, well, that's the point. Like, they're out to make the scariest games they possibly can. So why would you complain that the game is too scary? That's literally what you're buying the game for. You're buying the game for the scares. Like, who goes into a horror game saying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a horror game because I don't want to get scared"? Like, that's stupid. So yeah, like they were open about it. They openly admitted that they dumbed down RE8 because a lot of people were complaining about RE7 being too scary. Apparently, many people found RE7 too scary that they never finished, like they never completed the game. And so Capcom thought it was more important that they actually play the game to completion rather than deliver the scares. So that's how we ended with 8, which I'm not mad about. 8 was all right. I recently got the platinum to 8, so I'm not upset about 8. Oh, and if you haven't tried RE8 and like over the shoulder view, you should try it. It's a completely different experience as well. Well, I mean, unfortunately, like, and everybody knows me here, like, I'm not much of a jump scare. Like, Nothing really jump scares me. What I did love about RE8 though, was it RE8? Yeah, it was RE8, right? When you're coming back from, like, when you have like the mannequins like chasing you, like they're playing like a red light, green light with you. No, wait, is that RE8? No, that's not RE8. Or is that RE8 but a DLC? That was a DLC, right? That was yeah. Because the DLC highlighted the puppet lady, right? Which for me was like the best part of the game, was the dollhouse. The dollhouse was literally like the best part of the game, and it was the shortest part of the game, which pissed me off. Oh man, Thumper, bro, I could literally tell you the last time I got jump scared was Castlevania 64. Back when I was probably like 12 or 13 back then. But Castlevania 64, I'm walking through this hedge maze, and out of fucking nowhere, Frankenstein comes out with a chainsaw and starts chasing me. That was the last time I got jump scared. A game has not made me feel like that in a long time, bro. But I did not expect that. Who the fuck expects Frankenstein to come out of a hedge maze chasing you with and like you picture Frankenstein being like this slow moving guy. No, this guy is running at you full speed and cranking the damn chainsaw coming at you. I was about to buy the game just for her. Capcom sold that. You know what? But Capcom, Lady D is not my favorite. My favorite is Donna Beneviento, who is the doll lady. She's my favorite. I like the lore behind her, and I just love her in general. Capcom knows how to like hit their, I guess, targeted audience, and they knew that Lady D, big booba, big ass, big dommy mommy, like, was gonna sell the game. So I don't blame Capcom for doing what they did, but yeah, Donna Beneviento was that was my girl right there. Everybody loves big booba lady though. We love big booba ladies, especially because titties. Yo, Thumper, what was what was the game that you were playing? Siren Head Resurrection. There's still a lot of horror games I gotta play. I still gotta play. Again, I play horror games here and there. But the reason I don't play much horror games is because I feel like it's boring watching me play horror games. Only because I don't jump scare. But I still have to play. What are the ones that I have to play? I gotta play Remnant. I still gotta play Bramble. I haven't played Bramble yet. I haven't played Layers of Fear. I already did Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2. Inscription I have to play. That's another one I gotta play. Oh, Madison's another one. I gotta play. I got so many horror games I have to play. Rick, that makes me miss Llama Trot so much. What makes you miss Llama Trot? Wait, what did I do that made you miss Llama Trot? Oh, the llama with the titties. Oh my god! I was gonna say it has nothing to do with Llama Trot though. That was That's somebody else, but I mean, I could see how you put the, you know, 2 and 2 together, so. Goodbye, girl.
So glad you made it, sir.
What happened to what person? This one right here? Or this person? Or are you talking about Llama Trot? Are you talking about Llama Trot? Honestly, I don't know what happened to Llama Trot. I know Llama Trot used to be everywhere. And then one day, I mean, last time I saw Llama Trot was in the TwitchCon 2023. No, 2022. Yeah, TwitchCon 2022 was the last time I saw Llama Trot. I did try to reach out to them, but they never responded to my DM, so I'm not gonna like push it, you know what I mean? All right, after hitting the crates, enter the building. Okay, immediately after the workbench, left in the room. That's what I did. Still inside the same room, checking the ceiling for a chain you can shoot down and climb it and reach it.
Okay.
Ah, there we go. That's 29 of 29. All right. So let me just, I guess, find a checkpoint, and then we're gonna play some Fortnite with some friends.
Got through. Jesus.
Where the hell did this guy come from? Quick, throwing the thong song. I don't consider this a sad song, though. It has a sad tone to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't consider that a sad song. Oh shit.
Yes. Whew. One hell of a ride. What did that guy say? Oh yeah, follow the pipes. God damn it! What the fuck is happening?
Give me a reason. Oh, fuck it up, fuck it up.
Guess this is as far as the pipes go. I fucking hope that's the right way. Run! Run! Holy shit! You fucking freaks! Fuck! Oh, that goddamn briefcase better be worth it. That's one of the rentiers! We're saved!
All right. Moving on to some Fortnite.
Turning the tide's my ass. More like lining your own pockets, you slimy shit.
What the hell are you? Ah, Biddle. Oopsie daisy.
You sent 24 National Guardsmen to their deaths for a paycheck. When the president gets wind of this, you're a dead man.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that the way the veins in your forehead are throbbing, it's so comical.
Mr. Assistant Secretary.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, she look official. I had to throw that in there. It makes me happy, that's all. Hey, yo, Breeby's playing with a squad. Damn, Breeby, not you cheating on us. Anybody else want to run Fortnite with us? Oh, Flash, you want to run? Oh shit, Fall Guys is coming? No shit, Fall Guys is coming. Wait, but they gave me her for free?
You should see me.
Yo, this Jaeger. Oh, it's free? Hey, yo, it's free?
Can I smell your
Welcome on in, Sayo. Man, they bringing back a lot of old skins.
Titty or nah?
Oh, I'm always down for titties.
Not those titties.
No, yeah, you're talking about Titty Park, right? We're gonna be playing sexy, and I know it while we're shooting people.
I'm talking those titties.
Yeah, we're talking about those titties. Yeah, Titty Park. I mean, I'm down for all titties, you know. But right now we're talking about Titty Park, right?
These nuts.
All right. Aló.
Aló.
Aló. Aló. No, I didn't say oh. I said aló. Two different sounds, bro.
Same to me.
Okay.
Sound the same to you. What?
That is not the sound I made.
That is crazy. Oh wait, are we going blue? Wait, who's the only blood in here, man? We out here cripping, cuz.
Oh wait, hold on.
Damn.
Spotify. I'm sorry.
This man
Okay,
out
we're going
here.
blue.
Yeah, man, we cripping,
Blue?
cuz.
Okay, hold on. Who do I have that's blue? Oh, wait, I gotta do my sleep then.
We from the LBC, bro.
I gotta do her tactical though. You're from the what?
We from the LBC, Holmes.
What is that?
You're not from Cali, Flash? Oh, no, you're in Arizona. You're in the fucking desert.
But I was raised in California.
Why can't I find my girl again, man?
Hope?
No, not Hope. The other girl, the one that like she does like this like she has like one of those like emotes that only her character does where she could change outfits.
Maybe I might have her.
Forgot what her name is.
Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go by season.
I just passed Hope. Ah, here she is, Era.
I don't think I have her. Here's
Crippin' cuz.
Oh, this girl. Oh wait, I didn't mean to pick her. I didn't mean to pick her.
Oh, Bula Bula, you have like 1 week to get to 200. You got this.
A ver si puedo.
Sí se puede. Yo, when is Fall
Yo
Guys
no
supposed to
sabo.
come?
It already come.
It did.
Wait, it's a game mode?
It's in the map.
It's in the map, and I believe it's a game mode as well.
Oh, but they're not in the shop, right? Like you can't buy.
No.
No, but you get them. You get them gifted.
Oh,
I can switch to my pink one real
I
quick.
know. I
I'll
was
be pink
just
for
about to
right
do
now.
that. Wait, I'm doing mine. Actually,
Wait, what are we doing? We're going pink?
I
Oh,
got the pink Fall Guys little thing, little backpack plush, so you can see it.
Oh, I see. Okay. I saw you turn around, but
yeah. So there's like a little small statue POI that we can go to. They're like easy quests to do it too. So
oh, I see. Shin got it too. Is that the only one that they have? Is the pink one?
For
yeah,
right now, yes.
but yeah, and also the minigun. Ooh.
We out here cripping, cuz.
Oh my goodness, shape shift me too. Oh, good God.
Someone needs to greet people differently. Wait, who? Are you talking about the?
So Rick,
Oh,
you see on the map, there's like a little bean area right here at the top.
yeah, right here where I'm at.
Yeah, so instead of going where we pinged, we're gonna go right here.
Okay.
Because there's like a little statue that you gotta go to in order to do it.
Not the Peter Griffin laugh.